Hey Divas, we are doing our in-depth base routine, so I'm starting off with the Pure Cosmetics Energize and Rescue Primer, and then I'll be going in with the Say Super Glowy Gel. After applying those, I will go in with a large stippling brush and just work that into the skin. After that's all worked in, I go in with a concealer and start to build up some coverage on my jawline. Currently I'm using the IT Cosmetics concealer because I had an extra one laying around, but you can take whatever concealer you prefer, and I work that into the jawline with a brush, pressing in to build up coverage. Up next, I'm taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills Cream Bronzer on a smaller stipple brush and doing some underpainting with this. I'll go around the cheekbone, around the temple, and the forehead. I also will hit the nose with this, I just didn't do it on camera. Next up, I will be going in with my highlighting concealer. This is the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Concealer. I think this is the shade Marshmallow. I love this concealer. It's super full coverage. I own this in probably 5 or 6 different shades, and I will go in and highlight under my eyes, forehead, sides of my nose. And then after that is all applied, I will go in with a beauty sponge. This is the Kimchi Chic sponge, and I will start to tap that out. Once our concealer is all blended, I'm going to take my foundation. This is the Glossier Stretch Foundation. I'll put about a pump-ish of that on a brush, and I start to tap that in all over the face. I personally prefer using a foundation brush myself because I find that it evenly spreads that product out, and after I get that all blended in with that brush, I will go back in with a sponge just to smooth any little spots. Going back in with that same Kimchi Chic sponge, you can see I'm just going in and tapping out any little spots where the makeup isn't looking as smooth, or there may be a brush stroke or two. After that is all blended, I go in and I set under my eyes with the Anastasia Beverly Hills translucent powder on a Sephora Velour Puff. I start with the under eye first to try to minimize creasing, and then I will press that powder in the rest of the face. After the face is set, I'm going in with the Fenty Beauty Powder Bronzer. I think this is the shade Private Island, and I use this on a angled blush brush, and I start to press around the edges of the skin. Once I have bronzed all over, I'm going with the Lunatic Cosmetic Labs Contour Palette, and I'm going to start to contour my nose using a small oval brush. I start to draw 2 lines going down the sides of the bridge of my nose, making a little triangle towards the tip. Now I am going in with a fluffy brush and a little bit of that bronzer and just softening out those contour lines we did on the nose. Now I'm taking the One Size Powder Foundation in the shade Stage White and using this on a dense brush, starting to highlight under the eye towards the nose first, and then under the entirety of the eye after. After we brighten that eye, I take a little bit more of our Anastasia translucent powder on a flat edge sponge from Morphe, and I'm going in and baking under the cheek contour and the nose contour. After I finish the eye makeup, I'm going in with the ColourPop Flexitarian Cream Highlight and using this as a highlighting base. I go on my cheekbones, on my forehead, and down the bridge of my nose. In with one of my all-time favorite products ever, the Black Moon Cosmetics Squid Moonlighter. This highlight is super beautiful. I use this almost daily. It's one of my absolute favorite products I've ever used of my entire life. And then after we wipe that bake off of our jawline, I'm going in with a blush from Trixie Cosmetics. I think the shade is Total Betty from the like 90s theme blush palette. I don't remember the name of it. I'm so sorry, Trixie sweetie. The only thing left to do is our setting spray on our lips, so I will be right back in a second and you will see how the makeup look turned out.